Hey YouTube, welcome to my 2024 complete 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray collection video. Now, before we get into the video, please subscribe to the channel, many more videos to come. Leave a like on this video and also comment down below anything that you enjoyed seeing from my collection that you maybe didn't see before. Maybe leave a suggestion of something that I don't showcase here today that you might have in your collection that I could potentially consider adding to mine in the future. And if you just want to talk movies, please leave a comment below. I really try and respond to as many as I can, and I just want to get quality conversations going. So thank you so much for clicking on my complete collection video. Subscribe, like, and comment, and let's go ahead and get started. So beginning with the top of my shelf, in the very middle, I have the Bond 50 collection. James Bond is my favorite film franchise of all time. Yes, I've seen every film more than one time. I grew up on those films. They were very foundational in the love for films that I still have to this day. And that set includes 1962's Dr. No, starring Sean Connery, and it goes through Daniel Craig's third Bond film, Skyfall, which came out in 2012, thus the Bond 50 collection. Now, the original release of this came out leading up to Skyfall, so it was just Dr. No through Quantum of Solace, and then they re-released it again, and it included Skyfall. So beautiful set, one of my favorite additions in my collection. It is just Blu-ray, but the only 007 films that we have on 4K right now are all of Daniel Craig's films, and I'll get to those in a little bit. But great set, great franchise, and if you're curious, my favorite 007 film is Casino Royale, like most people, because it's just amazing. Now, on the left and right to the Bond 50 collection are two of my Oppenheimer steelbooks. You have the originally released former Best Buy exclusive Oppenheimer steelbook that came out upon its initial release that sold out very quickly, and then you have the newly released Walmart exclusive Oppenheimer steelbook to the right of the Bond 50 collection. Great film, one of my favorite films of all time. And then on either sides of those steelbooks, we have 300, the originally released Best Buy exclusive 4K steelbook that now recently got a Walmart exclusive release. Not sure if it's still in stock, but it's the same artwork. And then on the far right, another one of my favorite films of all time, and personally my favorite Stanley Kubrick film, Full Metal Jacket. Amazing movie. And then on this left hand corner we have the Hobbit trilogy in 4K, and then on this right hand side we have the Lord of the Rings in 4K. All right, now we're just going to go left to right, starting with all of my Star Wars films in steelbook. Now these are all Blu-ray, excluding The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker, which are 4K. Got some other miscellaneous kind of movie related things. I did go to A&M, so gig 'em. Got a little A&M logo right there. Arnold in the corner over there. Then we have all of the domestically released 007 steelbooks. So From Russia with Love from 1963, starring Sean Connery. Thunderball from 1965, starring Sean Connery. You Only Live Twice, 1967, Sean Connery. On Her Majesty's Secret Service, 1969, George Lazenby. Diamonds Are Forever with Sean Connery's return in 1971. For Your Eyes Only is one of my favorite 007 films. That's my favorite Roger Moore film. That came out in 1981. And then we have Casino Royale, 2006. And these are all Daniel Craig moving forward. Quantum of Solace, 2008. Skyfall, 2012. Spectre, 2015. And No Time to Die, 2021. So really great additions there. Those are just for collector's sake. And then these are all of my late grandfather's old 007 original Ian Fleming novels. So, a couple of them, like Casino Royale right there. Yeah, a couple of them are really tethered and torn up, but I kind of like that about them. I like that it has that age to them. So those are very, sentimental to me, and they mean a lot. So love having those. Then got some premium editions up here, and I don't have all the Jack Ryan films, so I decided to just kind of put them in their own section up here. So you got the Hunt for Red October, Patriot Games, Sum of All Fears. My personal favorites are the two Harrison Ford ones, Patriot Games and Clear and Present Danger. Maybe once and then there's also Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit with Chris Pine. Maybe once I get the other two, I'll put them with the rest of my 4K slips. But since I'm kind of still collecting them, I just put them up here. And I will say those are three of my favorite actors. You got Sean Connery, Harrison Ford, and Ben Affleck. So I actually don't mind having them up here. I don't know why, Harrison Ford's picture couldn't be even with the others. But anyway, kind of a misprint on Paramount's part. All right, moving along, we have some of my Arrow titles. These are my only Arrow titles. So we have Hugo from Martin Scorsese, great film. We have Demolition Man, the newly released Demolition Man from Arrow Video. Just got that in a few days ago. Beautiful set. Hardback slipcase, slipcover on the Arrow case. Just a really beautiful edition. I love it. Then you got the original RoboCop. Then you have the Tony Scott film True Romance, which I really enjoy. That's the Steelbook Arrow edition. There's also a standard 4K Arrow edition. And then these are some of my favorite Steelbooks in my collection, some of my favorite movies that, in time I'll kind of, transition some of these Steelbooks out that are displayed right now with some of these titles. So you got like the Batman, Dread. That Dread Steelbook might be my favorite Steelbook in my collection. Beautiful edition from Lionsgate. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Shout out to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Obviously T2 Judgment Day, beautiful Steelbook. Top Gun Maverick, phenomenal film. The Wolf of Wall Street, phenomenal film. So yeah, just kind of put those at the top right there. So all right, let's keep moving along. Now we have my MCU collection. Now, I do have every MCU film on 4K with the slipcover, intentionally excluding the Marvels. Now, my local physical media store that's literally 2 minutes down the road, they have the Marvels on 4K, brand new, with the slipcover, but that movie was so awful, I'm not buying it. And I'm kind of happy that that movie came out, though. At least I'm happy that the physical release of that film came out. As terrible as the movie is, I wanted an excuse to stop collecting every single MCU film because, by 2050, we're going to have like 1,000 of them. And, shelf space is not infinite. And so the Marvels, all MCU collectors, take a note here. The Marvels was a perfect excuse for us moving forward to only buy the MCU movies that we actually want in our collection. So, I used to collect all of them, kind of like I used to want to collect all the Lionsgate Steelbooks, but I kind of just got out of that habit. So, I don't have the Marvels here intentionally. I do have the Incredible Hulk just on Blu-ray. But other than that, this is every single MCU movie on 4K with the slipcover. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get into them. So, obviously, in the corner here, we have the original Iron Man, excellent film. And then moving along, these are all in release order. You have the Incredible Hulk on Blu-ray. I do want to get the 4K eventually, but I'm not rushing on it because I don't love this movie. But this was one of the first Blu-rays I ever bought, like 4.5 years ago. And, it's got the green case and the really awesome lenticular cover. So really love this edition. And I'm very, very just happy having that. And I can wait on the 4K for now. All right. And then we got Iron Man 2. Thor, Captain America, the First Avenger, The Avengers, Iron Man 3, Thor: The Dark World, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, excellent film. Guardians of the Galaxy, another excellent MCU film. Avengers: Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, Captain America: Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, beautiful slipcover. Not nearly as good as the first one. I think this movie's kind of bad, actually. Spider-Man Homecoming, great movie. Always really enjoyed that and really enjoyed Michael Keaton as the Vulture. All right, then we got Thor Ragnarok. Fun time. Black Panther. Avengers Infinity War. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Captain Marvel. Avengers Endgame. God, love that slip. Beautiful. Just look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Spider-Man Far From Home. Black Widow. Shang-Chi. Everyone's favorite, Eternals. Amazing film right here. Spider-Man No Way Home. Gosh, this was amazing in the theater 3 years ago when it came out. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Not a big fan of that one. Thor, Love and Thunder. I love the slip, but yeah, not a fan of that one either. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. And then Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And then the new highest grossing R-rated film of all time, Deadpool and Wolverine. Saw this 4 times in theaters. Incredible movie. Absolutely loved this film. So much fun when Hugh Jackman put on that Wolverine cowl. My goodness. And he starts taking out all those Deadpools. That was beautiful. Yeah, amazing movie. I do want to show Guardians 3 because it deserves that. Yeah, beautiful slip on that. So now that the DC EU is dead, I scrapped that, took that out, and what we have here is just some additional like 20th Century Fox, now 20th Century Studios, but some 20th Century Fox Marvel titles, X-Men Apocalypse, Logan, which is absolutely incredible. That's a perfect movie, phenomenal film. Deadpool 2, kind of just put these in their release order. I mean, this came out in 2016. This came out in 2017, 2018. And then we have the Blu-ray Walmart exclusive of Deadpool and Wolverine. And then, obviously the original Deadpool 2016. And then Blade. And I intentionally put Blade right here just so I could have it next to Deadpool and Wolverine, because his appearance and Deadpool and Wolverine was absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, these are just kind of some miscellaneous 4K, in association with Marvel titles. Then some of the Sony verse stuff, which is that universe is now dead. But Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and then we get into some of my DC stuff. But really, this is kind of just like a Batman section. So let's go ahead and kind of get into this. This really awesome collector's edition of the Snyder Justice League trilogy. This includes Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, Ultimate Edition, and then the Snyder Cut of Justice League. So really beautiful set. And then we have the Batman 4-film collection. This is the original quadrilogy. And then I have the individual slips when it comes to Batman films of the original 1989 Tim Burton, Michael Keaton film. And then my personal preference between those two was 1992's Batman Returns with Danny DeVito as the Penguin and Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. Fun movie. And this is really just my trilogy of Michael Keaton films. So all the films that Michael Keaton appears in live action as Batman. So that's also why I included The Flash right here. But I actually love The Flash. I thought this was a great time. Saw that a few times in IMAX and thoroughly enjoyed it. So highly recommend The Flash. And yeah, it's unfortunate that it bombed because I actually really enjoyed that. And then we have the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight trilogy. So Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. And we have Matt Reeves' The Batman, starring Robert Pattinson as the Caped Crusader, one of my favorite films of all time, and personally my favorite Batman film. And then we have the 2019 Joker, which was the first film prior to Deadpool and Wolverine to the first R-rated film prior to Deadpool and Wolverine to gross over $1 billion worldwide. So tremendous success. It won Joaquin Phoenix his Best Lead Actor Oscar. One of my favorite films of all time. Absolutely love this film. It's perfect. This is a perfect movie. And then the completely rejected Joker Folie à Deux, panned sequel that bombed. But you know what? I want to talk about this. Some of you might be surprised that I have this. I do have an out of the theater reaction of this film on my channel, and I stand by my thoughts because I wouldn't put out a video that where I don't stand by my thoughts. But I will say, upon rewatch, there are great things about this movie. I mean, it's an incredibly disappointing movie, one of the most disappointing movies probably of my young adult life. But there are masterclass things about this movie. And I will say, overall, the musical elements do not work. However, I do enjoy 3 of the songs, with my favorite being the track titled For Once in My Life. It's actually the first song that is in the film. I think that that's incredible. I love that song. And I also enjoy The Joker Is Me and Gonna Build a Mountain. So those 3 songs I enjoy. But besides that, all the songs do fall flat. But you know what? This is a mixed bag movie for me. And the way I see it, as much as I enjoy Joaquin Phoenix as Arthur Fleck / Joker, I'm glad that we have another movie with him as that character. And I enjoyed watching it, and it looked absolutely beautiful on 4K. So, I'm not going to sell anyone on getting it that, you know, hasn't gotten it yet. You know, most people probably won't purchase this, especially not on 4K, but it was worth it. It looks beautiful, but obviously does not compare to the original. But you know what? I kind of just accept this new one for what it is, and you know, so be it. So yeah, Joker and Joker Folie à Deux. And then we have Batman The Killing Joke. We have the Target exclusive Blu-ray of the Batman, which comes with an additional exclusive Blu-ray bonus features disc. And then in the corner there, got the Warner Brothers Iconic Moments slipcover of the original trilogy. I like collecting some of those Warner Brothers Iconic Moments slipcovers. So, all right, so that's most of my superhero stuff. And then moving along, we have A24 and Kino Lorber. So in the corner there, we have Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. And then moving along, we have one of my top 5 favorite films of the year, and that is Alex Garland's Civil War. Saw this in IMAX on opening night. Absolutely loved it. And my dad and I have watched it like 3 or 4 times since, and we just really enjoy it. And I love that Amazon put out this exclusive addition to their website, which is the original poster arc with the lenticular cover. So this also comes with an additional Blu-ray bonus disc that the standard edition does not have. So was happy to get this specific release. But yeah, one of my favorite A24 films, and I love it. No one's talking about it, but great film. I'm going to talk about it. You know, if no one else is going to talk about it, I'll talk about it. Great movie. Everything Everywhere All at Once. This was a Walmart exclusive slip. And then the first film from Alex Garland, Ex Machina. Very good film. The Green Knight. And then Robert Eggers' first film, at least first feature film, The Witch. Really enjoyed Nosferatu, by the way. All right, so these are all the 4K A24 titles that I have. And then moving on to the standard Blu-ray titles from A24. So we got Beau is Afraid. The Disaster Artist. Good Time. The Iron Claw. This was one of my favorite films of last year. It came out in December of 2023. Excellent film. Very depressing, but incredibly well acted and well directed. And Zac Efron gives an incredible performance. And he is jacked in this movie. Holy crap. But yeah, my dad and I saw this in the theater last year when it came out. And we really enjoyed it. He knew some of the history. It's based on a true story. So yeah, great film. Definitely check out The Iron Claw. The Lighthouse. Good movie. Men. This is an Alex Garland film. I remember walking out of this movie and the guy in front of me was like, "This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen." And I get it, man, but I kind of enjoyed this. This actor is from the Daniel Craig Bond films, but anyway, I kind of got a kick out of this movie. I definitely want to give it another watch. Will I always keep it in the collection? Maybe not, but definitely a movie I wanted to give a rewatch. All right, Priscilla. I loved Priscilla. This was another one of my favorite films of last year. It kind of went into a little bit more explanation with some of the stuff that the Elvis film from 2022 leaves out, because they kind of leave Priscilla left out to dry in that movie and don't give her enough screen time. And so I'm glad that this film kind of fills in some of those gaps. And the Elvis film from 2022 and this film are a really good kind of double feature together. So anyway, really enjoyed Priscilla. The Spectacular Now. This is a great film. Just rewatched that again a few months ago. Really love it. The Whale. Good movie with a great performance from Brendan Fraser. X. Fun slasher. Then getting into my Kino Lorbers. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Escape from Alcatraz. A Fistful of Dollars. For a Few Dollars More. High Plains Drifter. Killer's Kiss. The Killing. The original Mad Max. Out of Sight. Paths of Glory. The Silence of the Lambs. Amazing movie. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Tropic Thunder. And I do want to show off my most recent pickup from Kino Lorber, which I got, and that is The Visit from M. Night Shyamalan. I remember seeing this in the theater. Really, really good movie, and I really enjoy the twist in that one as well. So yeah, those are all my Kinos. And now we are going to dive into all of my 4Ks. And yes, every single title does have a slipcover. And I'm just going to go ahead and say this. Slipcovers are important. They matter. And if you don't care about them, that's totally fine. But for me, 100% they matter. And I'm definitely a slipcover guy for sure. So let's go ahead and get into it. So starting off in the corner here, we have Two Guns. All right. Then 8 Mile. Really good movie. Thoroughly enjoy that. And actually looks really good on 4K. 21 Jump Street. 22 Jump Street. 47 Ronin. 48 Hours. Another 48 Hours. 300. 1917. Great film. 2001: A Space Odyssey. This film looks excellent in 4K. 2012. Adaptation. The Addams Family. Get Off My Plane. Air Force One. Great film. One of my favorite films of all time, the original Alien, and this year is its 45th anniversary. Alien is my second favorite film franchise of all time, behind 007. Absolutely love Alien, and yeah, the original Alien is an absolute masterpiece. It is a master class in horror and arguably the greatest creature feature of all time. I love it. And then another one of my favorite films of all time, Aliens. Just an incredible sequel that went a different direction, but in the best way possible. And, you know, all three of these films right here are three of my favorite movies of all time, because I also think Prometheus is excellent. I remember seeing this in the theater twice back in 2012, and it just really made a big impact on me. It looks absolutely gorgeous. No one can shoot sci-fi like Ridley Scott, and I just found the engineers absolutely fascinating. And I love Michael Fassbender as the character of David in this film, that they kind of go on to ruin in Alien Covenant. And You know, I've seen this movie several times now, since 2017 when it came out, and I'm at the point now where I just think this is a bad movie. So not, you know, Alien 3 or Alien Resurrection bad, but I think this is a pretty mediocre film. But these three are three of my favorite films of all time, and trust me, I will get to Romulus later. All right. Then we got Alita Battle Angel, Ambulance, got American Made, American Psycho, American Sniper. Just got this for Christmas, so thank you, Dad and Mom. Anchorman. American Sniper is an excellent film, by the way. Annihilation. Argo. Arrival. Avatar. And Avatar, The Way of Water. Really beautiful lenticular slipcover there. And then Baby Driver, Bad Boys for Life. I don't even know if I'm going to keep that or not, but still have it for now. All right. Barbie. Really beautiful looking film on 4K. Baywatch. Beetlejuice. And Beetlejuice. Spill your guts. All right, I'll go first. See, I'm willing to do the work. Yeah, really enjoyed this. And I actually watched Beetlejuice for the second and third time this year, and you know, it really grew on me. I actually think this is a lot of fun. Really enjoy both of those films. I wasn't a huge fan of Beetlejuice upon the first watch, but yeah, really enjoy both those films now. Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. The Big Lebowski. All right, we got The Bike Riders. This is the film where Austin Butler does his best James Dean impersonation, while Tom Hardy does his best Marlon Brando impression. But good movie. I enjoyed it. My dad and I saw it in the theater. Another movie my dad and I saw in the theater, Blade Runner 2049. Enjoy that. Blazing Saddles. All right. The Bourne Identity. The Bourne Supremacy. The Bourne Ultimatum. The Bourne Legacy. Jason Bourne. Braveheart. Brawl in Cell Block 99. The Bridge on the River Kwai. Bullet Train. Casablanca. Casino. Central Intelligence. Christmas Story. Christmas Vacation. Cliffhanger. Clockwork Orange. Cloverfield. Collateral. Contractor. Take this one out. Cool Hand Luke. Beautiful addition. All right. And then we got Creed. Okay. And then Creed 2. Followed by Creed 3. You can like open up the slipcover on that. Really, really nice. Go and leave that off to the side. All right. So we have the Daniel Craig 007 collection. This is Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, and Spectre, with Casino Royale and Skyfall being not only my two favorite Bond films, but two of my favorite films of all time. And then we have No Time to Die, which was a good finale. Not a great film, but a good finale. Definitely enjoyed it. A good send-off for his 007. Days of Thunder. The Departed. Excellent film. Absolutely loved this upon rewatch this year. I always enjoyed it, but yeah, it's an excellent Martin Scorsese film. All right, Devotion. Die Hard. Don't Breathe 2. I wish Don't Breathe 1 would come out on 4K. Don't Worry, Darling. Doom. Dune. And my favorite film of 2024, Dune Part 2. I love the character of Feyd-Rautha Harkonnen in this film, played by Austin Butler. He likes to test the sharpness of knives by placing the knife on the tip of his tongue and then killing his cronies around him. And you know, he's a pretty cool guy. No, definitely a really, really fun character. Yeah, love the character of Feyd-Rautha in this film. Love seeing this film in IMAX. It looks stunning on 4K. And I just cannot wait for Dune 3, which will be Dune Messiah, which is really an adaptation of the second book, because Dune and Dune Part 2 here are both adaptations of the first book. So love this series. You know, my dad and I saw this in the theater. We really love both of these movies. We've watched Dune Part 2 countless times now since we saw it in the theater. And we just absolutely love it. And I really love the my favorite scene in this movie is in the like Harkonnen arena, the Harkonnen arena black and white sequence. I thought that was absolutely beautiful. I love that. So great film. Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. Dunkirk. Edge of Tomorrow. Elf. Elysium. Enter the Dragon. The Equalizer. The Equalizer 2. The Equalizer 3. Escape from LA. And this is the corrected edition with the yellow barcode on the back. E.T. Evil Dead Rise. The Exorcist, The Expendables 1, 2, and 3, The Fabelmans, and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I still have the second and third movies, but I have those put away in a different area. All right. Now, my Fast and Furious collection. So, I have every film in the franchise on 4K with the slip, excluding Too Fast, Too Furious, which is ironic because that was actually the first time I came across one of the Fast and Furious titles individually on 4K with the slipcover at a used movie store. But at the time, I wasn't buying 4K movies like I am now, and so I wasn't collecting all of them individually. So it's kind of ironic that the one that I don't have now is actually the first one I ever came across in a store, and it was like $10, and now it's like $50 or whatever at cheapest on eBay. But you know, I'll get it eventually when when there's a price that I'm willing to pay for it. And it's not really a movie I enjoy that much, so I can wait on that one, and whenever I can complete the franchise at the best price, I'll do that. But anyway, so we got the original Fast and Furious right here. The incredibly hard to find Tokyo Drift, but I found it. It was a good price, and I'm blessed to have this. But thoroughly enjoyed this entry in the franchise. This is kind of a spin-off within itself, kind of like Hobbs and Shaw. I mean, Hobbs and Shaw is the only official spin-off, but this is essentially a spin-off of the franchise as well. But really enjoy this movie, actually. It's a lot of fun. The fourth film, Fast and Furious, which is an abomination from what I remember. Fast 5, which is absolutely incredible. I love this film. This is an awesome action film. This was the first in the franchise that I saw in the theater back in 2011. Awesome movie. Love it. And then I also love Fast and Furious 6. I mean, if you love Fast 5, I don't know how you wouldn't love Fast 6. It's the same thing, just in London. Awesome movie. And then, Furious 7, the send-off for Paul Walker's character. Thoroughly enjoy this entry as well, from James Wan, actually. The Fate of the Furious. Hobbs and Shaw. Fast 9. This is all when it really starts to go downhill. Fast 9 is atrocious. And then Fast X, I actually really enjoyed. All right. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Excellent film right here. Two excellent films coming up. So we have A Few Good Men on 4K. Excellent movie. And then we have, let me take this one out. The Firm, just an absolutely gorgeous slipcover for a great Tom Cruise drama from the 90s. Five Nights at Freddy's. I know some people were kind of iffy about this one, but I had some fun with it, and I'm looking forward to the sequel coming out a year from now. So, Five Nights at Freddy's on 4K. The original Footloose. Ford v Ferrari. Friday the 13th. Great Harrison Ford film right here. The Fugitive. Full Metal Jacket. The best part of you ran down to crack your mom's ass and ended up as a brown stain on the mattress. I think you've been cheated. Amazing movie. Fury. Galaxy Quest. Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters Afterlife. The Godfather. The Godfather Part 2, The Godfather Coda, Godzilla, Kong, Skull Island, just because it's in the, within the franchise. I don't have King of the Monsters intentionally. I think that movie is terrible, so I'm never gonna watch it, so just don't have that one. Not that these other ones are phenomenal by any means, but that one I just think is unwatchable. Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla Kong, The New Empire, aka Godzilla X Kong, Godzilla Times Kong, Godzilla Divided by Kong, whatever you want to call it. This movie has a gazillion titles. I mean, I think it's technically Godzilla Kong, The New Empire, and the X is silent, but it's like, how did they not think people were going to call this movie, X times YZ divided by? I mean, come on, like, such a stupid title. But anyway, and then we got, let's see, Great Gatsby from Baz Luhrmann, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire, from 2013 there in the corner. And then you got The Greatest Showman. Really great film right here. The Green Mile. Michael Clark Duncan there in the middle gives a great performance. The Guns of Navarone, one of my dad's favorite films of all time, that he has always raved about. The original Halloween, Halloween 2018. Ooh, got it. Halloween Kills. And Halloween Ends. So it's like, I love the slips on these. Like, I love all the images of Michael Myers, and they're all fully embossed. Like, I do love all the slips, but the movie's not the best, but they are, the Halloween films of my generation, I guess, which isn't really saying much. But anyway, they're okay. I got them for cheap. Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. The Harry Potter 8-film collection. The original Hellboy from 2004 with Ron Perlman. All right, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Inception. All right, the Indiana Jones franchise. I did not emphasize this in my last collection video, but this is another one of my favorite film franchises of all time. Another one of my favorite film franchises of all time. It would be my third behind 007 and Alien. Very important films to me. I would rent these all the time from Blockbuster, so really, really means the world to have all of the Indiana Jones films on 4K. So, Raiders of the Lost Ark, one of my favorite films of all time, and arguably the greatest of the franchise, and just, simply one of the greatest films ever made, which it certainly is. But depending on the day, I kind of like Temple of Doom more. I'm telling you, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, this might actually be my personal favorite. And I don't have a favorite film of all time, but if you were to say, Cameron, you can only take 3 movies with you, and those are the 3 movies that you have moving forward for the rest of your life, one of them would probably be Casino Royale, because that's my favorite James Bond film. And then I'm not sure what the other one would be, but, this would be one of those 3 for sure. Like Casino Royale, this, and then one other movie that I can't, think of right now that I'm not really sure what would be. But I don't know what would be in that third spot. But basically, if I could take 3 movies with me to, keep for the rest of my life, and these are the only 3 movies I could watch, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom would probably be one of those 3 movies. I think it's absolutely incredible. I know Spielberg himself is not a huge fan of it. Come on, Spielberg. Like, this is an awesome, gritty, dark, seedy, intense movie that you made. It's a blast, and darn it, I love it. I love this film. I think it's absolutely incredible. Yes, Raiders is the more iconic of the 2. There's no question about that. But my personal favorite is probably Temple of Doom. All right. And then we have Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Great movie. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I don't hate it like everyone else does. I don't hate it as much as everyone else does. It's definitely the worst of the franchise, but, there's some fun stuff in it. And then last year's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Anyone who says that this is worse than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, you can't trust them. This is obviously not worse than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It's definitely better, but it's nowhere as good as any of the original 3. But, I still enjoy it for what it is. And, this franchise means the world to me. So love Indiana Jones. And, those will always be at least the original 2. But, the original trilogy for sure, but the original 2 are my favorite of the original trilogy. But the, original 3 movies are just 3 of my favorite films of all time, and simply 3 of the best films ever made. And Spielberg is amazing. All right, then we have Inglourious Basterds, one of my favorite Quentin Tarantino films. Excellent movie. Interstellar, which a couple weeks ago I just had the great privilege of seeing this in IMAX 70mm for its 10th anniversary, and that was one of the best movie experiences I've ever had in my life. So, incredible movie. It's probably my 3rd favorite Nolan flick behind Oppenheimer and The Dark Knight. In the Line of Fire, It Chapter 2, Jack Reacher, Never Go Back, one of my favorite franchises of all time, and they're all great, and that is the John Wick franchise. So we have the original John Wick Chapter 2, John Wick Chapter 3, and this is actually the first 4K that I ever purchased. This is the first 4K I ever bought. Yeah, John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum. And I want to move that over to the side just for a second so I can show John Wick Chapter 4, which is just amazing. Love this movie. Yeah, all 4 are great. All 4 are great, so I'm not sure if I have a favorite. I love all of them. I really do. Okay, moving along. We have the Jurassic Park / Jurassic World franchise. So Jurassic World in the corner there, and then we got The Lost World. But I do want to just show this. I mean, just look at that. The original poster, just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Simple, yet incredibly effective. All right, Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, and Jurassic World Dominion. have the Karate Kid collection, and all three of them have their own individual slips, which is incredibly nice. Just look at this beautiful packaging. Oh, I love it. I love it. So awesome. All right, so we have The Killer's Game, The Last Duel, which is a great film. It bombed, but it's a great film. Last Night in Soho, Life, Lone Survivor, Looper, Lord of War, Lucy, Mad Max The Road Warrior, Beyond Thunderdome, Fury Road, which is awesome and easily the best. And then we have Furiosa, which I really enjoyed, but compared to Fury Road, compared to Mad Max Fury Road, Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga is a disappointment, but it's still a good movie. But yeah, this is easily the best. All right, The Matrix, The Matrix Reloaded, Revolutions, and Resurrections. Mean Girls with this beautiful edition. I mean, you have a burn book exclusive slipcover, pink 4K case, and then you have the original poster artwork actually on the 4K case. I mean, awesome edition. And actually, I watched this movie for the first time earlier this year with my aunt, going into the musical version, remake, whatever. And actually, this is a funny movie, and I really enjoyed this. And it's fetch. It's fetch, okay? So, yeah, Mean Girls on 4K, and I'm not ashamed to own it. It's a great addition, and, a guilty pleasure movie. All right, Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible 2. Mission Impossible 3. Mission Impossible 4. All right, Mission Impossible 5. Mission Impossible 6, which is Fallout. 5 is Rogue Nation. 4 is Ghost Protocol. And then Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. And it's really just Dead Reckoning, but maybe they should have changed the title to just Dead Reckoning. Maybe they should have dropped the part 1 before putting out the physical media release, because the DVD, Blu-ray, 4K Steelbook of this movie, for now and forever, will always have part 1 as a subtitle, when the new one's going to be called The Final Reckoning. And, I don't know why they didn't change the title before putting out all the physical media releases of this film. But nevertheless, good movie, great franchise. Really looking forward to the new installment. And this is currently still my favorite installment, though. All right. Monkey Man. Actually, a really good movie. I wasn't planning on buying this, but it went down to like $12.99 on Amazon, and it still came with the slip. And yeah, I saw this in the theater with my dad, and really enjoyed it. It's not as good as any of the John Wick movies, but it's in that vein, and I had a good time with it. Dev Patel did a good job. Also, his directorial debut. Mortal Kombat, The Mule, Murder on the Orient Express, followed by Death on the Nile, Nightmare Alley, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Can I get a little bit more comfortable? All right. Nobody? Nope. North by Northwest. The Northman. Probably still currently my favorite Robert Eggers film, but did enjoy Nosferatu. But yeah, The Northman's awesome. Oblivion. I remember seeing this in the theater. Old. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, one of my favorite films of all time. Y'all know Oppenheimer, my favorite Christopher Nolan film and one of my favorite films of all time. Excellent, excellent movie. Another excellent movie, Parasite, from Bong Joon-ho. Showed my dad this for the first time earlier this year. He really enjoyed it too. So thoroughly looking forward to Bong Joon-ho's next film, Mickey 17, starring Robert Pattinson. Patriots Day, good movie. Plane. Really nice slipcover on that one. Planet of the Apes trilogy, so Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, War for the Planet of the Apes. And then Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. The embossing on this is like really, ooh, look at that. Yeah, really like the embossing on that one. But yeah, good movie. Platoon. Point Break. The Polar Express, one of my favorite Christmas films, maybe my favorite Christmas film of all time, next to both Home Alone films, or the first two Home Alone films. Poltergeist. And cannot forget Predator there in the corner. Come on, do it, I'm here. Come on, do it now. Shoot, kill me. All right, The Prestige. Pulp Fiction. Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. Rampage. Ready Player One. Real Genius. Rebel Without a Cause, starring James Dean. Red. Okay. Red 2. Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City. Robin Hood. San Andreas. Saturday Night Fever. Saving Private Ryan, excellent film. Definitely probably my third favorite Spielberg film behind Raiders of the Lost Ark and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. So my favorite Spielberg film outside of an Indiana Jones film. Saw, the original Saw, great movie. Scarface. Scream. Scream 2. Scream 3. Scriforum, it's a Blu-ray, but figured I'd complete the franchise on the shelf. Scream 2022, aka Scream 5. Scream 6. Scrooged. Oh man, The Shallows. I cannot believe I found this. So this, goes like at the cheapest on eBay for like maybe $50, $60 and up, and their listings are out there for well over $100. At one of my local physical media stores within like the last month, I found this on 4K with the slip for $10. And it has the 4K and the Blu-ray disc, the original inserts. I mean, it's like new. The slipcover is in amazing condition. This is one of, if not the best lenticulars, maybe the best 4K lenticular that there is. Very rare slipcover, so really was happy to find that one. All right, we have Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. The Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, Shawshank Redemption's a great movie, obviously. Kubrick's The Shining. Shrek 2, I have one on 4K Steelbook. Signs. Seen It in the Rain, and I do want to go ahead and show The Sixth Sense. So yeah, I was very happy to be able to get The Sixth Sense on 4K with the slip, as well as Signs. So, all right, down the corner here we have The Social Network. All right, Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Source Code. Space Jam. Space Jam: A New Legacy. No Way Home, Target exclusive. Into the Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse. Yes. The SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Love this movie, grew up with it. When I saw this was coming to 4K and was getting a slipcover, I knew I had to get it. Love this movie. I grew up with SpongeBob for sure. All right, Star Trek, the motion picture, the director's edition. The iconic Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. 3, The Search for Spock. 4, The Voyage Home. 5, The Final Frontier. 6, The Undiscovered Country. Don't care about The Next Generation. Didn't grow up with those. And we have the 2009 J.J. Abrams Star Trek, which is awesome. Great film. And then one of my favorite theatrical experiences growing up, going to see Star Trek Into Darkness with my dad on a Saturday in IMAX 3D. It was movie experiences like that that just made me fall in love with the movies and going to the theater even more. But yeah, great movie. Star Trek Beyond, not as good. Step Brothers. The Suicide Squad, fun movie. Superman, the movie, excellent film, perfect movie, one of my favorite films of all time. And Christopher Reeve is still my Superman, but looking forward to the new James Gunn film. Tar. Cecil B. DeMille's The 10 Commandments. This looks excellent in 4K. Great release. Tenet. Mixed bag of a movie. The Thane. Titanic. Tomb Raider. Top Gun. And maybe the best sequel, if not for sure the best legacy sequel ever made, Top Gun Maverick. Excellent film and excellent 4K. Looks beautiful. Then we got Trading Places. Okay. Stay with me, guys. All right, so we got Train to Busan. Transformers. Revenge of the Fallen. Dark of the Moon. Age of Extinction. The Last Night. Bumblebee. Rise of the Beasts. And Transformers 1. The Terminator. True Lies. Twister. Twisters. You don't face your fears, you ride them. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Uncharted. Unforgiven. Universal Classic Monsters. The Untouchables. V for Vendetta. Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo. Warcraft. Watchmen, probably my favorite Zack Snyder film. Wayne's World. The Wild Robot. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Wonka. The Wizard of Oz. Wolf of Wall Street. And Zodiac. Okay. All right. Now getting on to the Steelbook. So we have 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi in the corner. 3:10 to Yuma. American Psycho. Angel Heart. Apocalypse Now, Final Cut. Babylon. Backdraft. The Batman. Bohemian Rhapsody. The Cabin in the Woods. Carlito's Way. Chaos Walking. I actually do really like that Steelbook. I know the movie's probably not the best, but Child's Play. Clerks 3. Clockwork Orange. Crank. Cruella. Dirty Dancing. Dune. Edge of Tomorrow, Event Horizon, all right, Forrest Gump, Free Guy, Fright Night, Ghost in the Shell, probably my favorite musical, Grease. Yeah, love Grease, but I also love Grease 2. I grew up on both of them. Yeah, this is nostalgic for me. Grew up watching the VHS of this, thanks to my aunt. Hacksaw Ridge, Heat, Hell or High Water. Looks like I'm picking his nose right there. Hell or High Water, Highlander, The Hitman's Bodyguard, The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, Home Alone, amazing movie, obviously. The Hurt Locker, It's a Wonderful Life, Jumanji, Kick-Ass, Kick-Ass 2, and then we got the Kingsman trilogy, Knives Out, and La La Land. But I really do love this Knives Out steelbook. All right. And we are getting down to the final row. All right. So, Last Action Hero, The Limey. I want to show this one. I love this steelbook. Love that original poster artwork. Beautiful. The Lost Boys, Men in Black, Mortal Kombat, Mulan, Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, masterpiece. Amazing steelbook too. The Punisher, Punisher Warzone, Ran, Requiem for a Dream, Reservoir Dogs, Rocket Man, Rocky, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4, The Running Man, Saw, Spiral, Saw X. Oh yeah, this is a really good steelbook right here. Scott Pilgrim. Look at that. I love this steelbook. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. All right, so Shrek, Sicario, awesome movie. Probably my favorite Denis Villeneuve film behind Dune Part 2. Even ahead of Dune Part 1. I love Sicario. Shrek, amazing. Silent Night, Sisu, really fun movie. Sleepy Hollow, this is literally a steel book. There's literally a hardback book in here. It's crazy. When you open up the steel book, it's not just pages, it's actual hardback book. Like, it's not just pages. There's an actual hardback book connected to this steelbook. It's incredible. Smoking Aces, Snatch, Kubrick's Spartacus, Speed, Starship Troopers, Stir of Echoes. Look at that. I can kind of bring you through the whole sequence right there. Really nice lenticular on that. Yeah, beautiful steelbook. Super 8, great film from J.J. Abrams. The Thane, Total Recall, Screw You, Training Day, Unbreakable, Universal Soldier, Us, National Lampoon's Vacation, the original Vacation, War of the Worlds, Warrior, awesome movie, Warm Bodies. Nicholas Hoult, by the way, he's just getting a ton of work right now. Really busy guy. Whiplash. I did go to the 10th anniversary re-release a few months ago in the theater, and that was just incredible to see this in the theater for the first time. One of my favorite films of all time. Just a Blu-ray steelbook, but yeah, this movie deserves to be on the big shelf for sure. West Side Story remake from Steven Spielberg came out in 2021. Actually, a really good movie. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Young Guns, great steelbook. One of the last Best Buy steelbooks. I got this for Christmas last year. So this is one of the Christmas presents I got last year. So this is like maybe the last Best Buy exclusive steelbook that ever came out. One of the last ones. All right, then some Scream Factory and Criterion at the end. All right, so with Scream Factory, we got Alligator, Army of Darkness, Candyman, Child's Play, Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, Escape from New York, The Fog, The Howling, Krampus, Piranha, Prince of Darkness, Riddick, and They Live. And then I just picked up this newly released Terrifier 3 4K with the really nice lenticular slipcover. Not officially a Scream Factory release, obviously, but it just felt like it fit here. So yeah, Terrifier 3 on 4K. And then Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, 4, The Return of Michael Myers, and 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Some Criterions, all right, so Dazed and Confused. Got this in one of their last sales. I think I got it in a sale at the end of last year, actually. So, yeah. Uncut Gems, and Wally. All right, and then we have some other collections. So this Resident Evil limited edition 4K Ultra HD plus Blu-ray collection. And this is from Sony. But yeah, really nice. Like the fake blood stains and whatnot. Really, really cool. Umbrella, yeah. And then yeah, you got all the films in here. So great set. And yeah, really, really great set. I'm very thankful to have it. And then Sony did a very similar one for Underworld. But I like this one even more because it's actual individual slips. So, you know, you got like the first film, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but yeah, very, very, very nice edition for sure. So, got that. And then we have this Hunger Games set, steelbooks. This was originally a Best Buy exclusive, and then this was a Walmart exclusive, and that is this Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes Collector's Edition that does include the steelbook inside. And this was actually like $50 at Walmart, but I was able to get it on eBay, still factory sealed. When it was like $50 or $50+ at Walmart, I was able to get it for like 25 or 30, still factory sealed. So got an incredible deal on this. And that was like, I got this for 25 to 30 when the regular 4K with the slipcover was 25, and when the regular steelbook just by itself was 30. And it's like this, the regular steelbook comes in here with all these other extras, and it's like, why would I just get the steelbook by itself when I can get all this for the same price? So this is actually it's got like a magnet that shuts it. So anyway, really, really nice addition right there. So this is like my Hunger Games corner. So yeah, this is the prequel. Came out last year, Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And then the 4-film collection, Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Mockingjay Part 1 and Mockingjay Part 2. So really enjoy all of that. And then a little more James Bond. These are like the DVDs that I grew up renting from Blockbuster, so the artwork on all of these is very nostalgic to me. And then here are some kind of collector's editions. This was a Walmart exclusive for No Time to Die, keeping that one factory sealed, but I did open up this Target exclusive for No Time to Die. It's got like a booklet in it and stuff, so really nice release when Target was still putting out physical media. And then this really beautiful, absolutely beautiful Sony collection. So yeah, this is my 4K shelf, but a couple other noteworthy things. Got this really cool lenticular of Star Trek So you got Bones, Captain Kirk, and Spock. So yeah, very cool. I got that from Hobby Lobby too a few years ago. And then some of my premium steelbook sets, Rambo, and the Avengers and Superman. So absolutely love all of these. Yeah, that's giving a nice one shot right there. So definitely love all of these. Showed you all that. And then moving along over here, got another kind of mini shelf, and kind of holds some of the rest of my stuff. Got some empty spots down there that I'm just using some titles to kind of fill in the gaps and just kind of make it still look good while instead of just being barren and empty at the bottom. But this is kind of where I hold just some of my standard Blu-rays. So obviously here up top, we got Beetlejuice 4K Steelbook, Beetlejuice 4K Steelbook, which just came out. So I have both of the Beetlejuice films on 4K slipcover and 4K Steelbook. And then I have this lenticular Blu-ray, which was actually the original copy of the movie that I owned. And I didn't realize how hard it was to find on eBay and stuff for a good price. So I'm just going to keep it for now, just because I really love that original poster artwork, and it's a really nice lenticular. And it also has the soundtrack. So it's really just kind of a case that holds my soundtrack for Beetlejuice. So, yeah, I got a little Beetlejuice section here up at the top. Standard Blu-rays. So yeah, when it comes to standard Blu-rays, it's not a deal breaker, you know, if they don't have a slipcover. But the difference here is a lot of these Blu-rays, when they originally came out, they didn't even have slipcovers. You know, like Castaway, for example, amazing movie, but that's just such an old Blu-ray release. You know, stuff like Castaway and Big Daddy, you know, these don't even have slipcovers. You know, I know like The Conjuring does, but I think that's coming out on 4K next year, so I'm going to be getting rid of this anyway. But you know, like stuff like, you know, this is such an old Blu-ray release. You know, that doesn't even have a slipcover. So, you know, but it's not a deal breaker for me with standard Blu-rays, but for 4Ks, it is a deal breaker. Couple other, you know, just some honorable mentions. I'm not going to go through all these like I did the main shelf, but some honorable mentions up here. Just watch this before Christmas. He got two. Get him. Phenomenal film. Love Jingle All the Way. I want to give Eyes Wide Shut on Blu-ray a rewatch. Yeah, it's just, I've seen this film twice, but after watching Stuckman's review, it made me want to give it a rewatch. So, No Country for Old Men, excellent film. This just hit 4K. My dad got the 4K Criterion, but excellent film from the Coen brothers. This is a guilty pleasure that I grew up with. Terrible movie, but I love it. You know, so like The Revenant, for example, I had the Blu-ray of this, but I gave that to my dad for him to put on his 4K copy. So I gave the 4K to my dad and let him, the slipcover that I had for this, I gave to him so he could put that on his 4K. Because I was just like, I felt, you know, we like our slips, and I figured he'd be better off having the slipcover for his 4K than just the standard Blu-ray. But I still want to keep the movie just to have my own copy, and I love this movie. What an excellent film. Oh my gosh. The Room on Blu-ray, signed by Tommy Wiseau. Let me make sure this, okay. Let's see if it'll focus here. Let me see if it'll focus here. Yeah, To Cameron, Love Tommy, July 21st, 2020. So, Yeah. Hilarious movie. What an abomination, but absolutely hilarious. So that's kind of a fun title to have in the collection, just as a joke. The Rock, awesome. Taken, awesome. Just watched this the other night. Awesome. Guilty Pleasure, and then just some other titles. The Wrestler, really good movie. And then this is my Disney stuff that is not, MCU or like, maybe there's a few 20th century titles over there, but this is all like my other Disney stuff. And, my favorite stuff out of here is, definitely Toy Story. And, some people might say, well, why do you have this Pirates of the Caribbean 4K when it got horrible reviews? Well, I actually, this came out at the very beginning of January of 2022, if I believe. And I actually used a gift card that I got for Christmas on this. So I actually didn't pay out of pocket for this at all. I basically got this for free. And I didn't even own the Blu-ray. And this comes with the Blu-ray. So it's like, I still wanted to check out the 4K for myself. And it's like, hey, even if the 4K is terrible, like everyone says, it still comes with the Blu-ray. So the original Blu-ray is still in here that I can use, and I just love this original poster artwork, with the 4K slip banner. So I'm happy that I have this version of it because I love the slipcover on it. And I still get the Blu-ray, so it's like a win-win in my opinion. And I just didn't own the movie, so if I had owned the movie, I wouldn't have upgraded probably, but I didn't. Got some Warner Brothers Iconic Moments slipcover titles over here. Looking forward to seeing this in IMAX soon for its re-release. Couple Yorgos Lanthimos titles over here. Poor Things and Kinds of Kindness. And then a couple other miscellaneous 4Ks. G.I. Joe Retaliation. Remember seeing that in the theater. Guilty Pleasure. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Kind of a little Dwayne Johnson section over here. I guess the Dwayne Johnson rejects. Jumanji The Next Level. Got all these for really cheap. The King's Man, Walmart exclusive, Slip, and it also has an additional bonus disc in here that the other version does not have. And The Lost City. Notable Blu-ray titles. Let's see. Air. This came out last year. Really enjoyed Air. Thought it was a good movie. Hey, check your Big Lots, because I actually got this a few years ago in pristine condition, brand new from Big Lots with this just absolutely gorgeous slipcover. But this gorgeous lenticular slipcover for $5 at Big Lots. So, Airplane, awesome, love it. The Babadook, got this from it opens up and all that. Got this from a Half Price Books. I think I got this from the Half Price Books in College Station. Like Bill and Ted 3-movie collection on Blu-ray. Let's see what else we got here. Black Phone, really good movie. Got Get Out on Blu-ray. Definitely want to get this on 4K when I can find the slip for a good price. But got that on Blu-ray. Hateful Eight with the lenticular. Really, really nice. Let's see. Oh, man. This is a special movie to me. McFarland, USA. Check out this Kevin Costner movie. It's basically a sports cross-country film, and this is like the one cross-country film to come out when I was actually in cross-country during my freshman year of high school. So this movie came out at a perfect time for me. Really love this movie. Remember seeing it in the theater. So yeah, McFarland, USA. Minority Report. You got to have a lenticular of Tom Cruise's face in your collection. That sounds weird. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Lenticular, really nice. I love this lenticular of Predator. That's awesome. And then I think this was the first R-rated film I ever saw in the theater back in 2011. A film called Sanctum. I'm pretty sure this is getting a 4K release soon, but really hard to find lenticular slip on this. But yeah, I remember seeing that movie. Remember seeing this in the theater. One of my favorite films of the year right here. Speak No Evil. Ooh, look at that shiny Blu-ray case. But yeah, Speak No Evil on Blu-ray. Really, really solid thriller. Really enjoyed it. Taxi Driver. Always kind of enjoyed this Vacation 2015 movie that a lot of people don't like. Vengeance. This is a good movie from B.J. Novak. Let's see. The Way Back. This is a great Ben Affleck film. And then a great Matt Damon film right here that I've always loved, that I remember seeing in the theater with my grandmother back in 2011. We Bought a Zoo. It's a great film. And then, got like the Joker steelbook right here. And Flash Icon Edition, some other 4K Criterion's Mean Streets Raging Bull, Django Unchained steelbook, Grease on 4K, John Wick Collector's Edition 4K. These are some other 4K steelbooks that I'm just putting off to the side that I'm gonna find a place to display. But The Town, great film. And then my Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy. So Homecoming and Far From Home and No Way Home. Really love all those steelbooks. I obviously collect the steelbooks. I collect just the slips for the MCU movies, but when they put out a good steelbook, I'm definitely down to get it. A couple, VHSs right here. Back to the Future, Top Gun. My cousin just kind of gave me those. And then got a little shoe rack right there. And we have my Once Upon a Time in Hollywood poster and some of my kicks off to the side. And there's a little side shot of the shelf. A couple things taken out as I went through the movies, but it's pretty much the entire shelf right there. Got this from Walmart. It was sitting off to the side, and I asked an employee if I could have it, and I got to walk out with it. So that's just one of those things that they have at Walmart when it's like a new release, by the new release section. I just got one for Dune Part 2, so all I did was ask. It doesn't hurt to ask. You never know. Got some new kicks out here off to the side. So yeah, now we're kind of moving along. My collection stretches out a little bit, but we got my Elvis editions. Really love Elvis. We share a birthday, January 8th. And yeah, just, and I really enjoyed this film. And Austin Butler just put in a stellar performance. And really, he's an incredible talent. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed this film. So yeah, Elvis, my editions of Elvis on physical media. One of my popcorn buckets, that's the Wolverine cowl. So that was a Cinemark exclusive, I believe. And then we have Lamborghini image right there. And then we got Xenomorph. And then, yeah, this is just an old book that I have. It's definitely not a 4K former Best Buy exclusive steelbook collection of John Wick 1 through 3. It's definitely not that. It's just an old book that I have, but really, really nice. Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Christopher Nolan's magnum opus, Oppenheimer, starring Academy Award winner Cillian Murphy. But yeah, just one of the best posters of all time. These are both two of the best posters of all time. Let's see what else we got. The most important thing right here. So this is kind of what it looks like when I watch movies. And here we are. So let's look at this up close. All right. So we have Alien Romulus 4K Steelbook. And then we have my second favorite movie of the year and my favorite edition of the year. That is Alien Romulus on 4K with this absolutely gorgeous 4K slipcover. I mean, just the embossing on that, the original poster artwork, absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I love it. All right. And then we have Gladiator helmet right there. And then we have Top Gun 2 movie collection. I just love the artwork on that. And then the Oppenheimer Walmart exclusive Icon edition. And then we have another Xenomorph head, aka popcorn bucket. And then we have this Gladiator Coliseum popcorn bucket. And then Gladiator on 4K Steelbook. I actually just kind of put that there just to kind of, I wasn't planning to keep it there. And then I just kind of started liking how it looked and it stayed there. And then we have the Back to the Future trilogy on 4K and Jaws on 4K. And you know what? I have not seen anyone display the Back to the Future trilogy like this that has this steelbook set. So, not calling anyone out, but I mean, I didn't pay $60 when this came out 4 years ago just to put all the spines facing out on the shelf. So, great, great release. I wish they would, do slipcovers, of that series. I'm surprised they haven't. Individual slipcovers with the original poster artwork on each one. I'm surprised they haven't done that. But nevertheless, those three steelbooks creating the DeLorean, and then just if you look at the individual steelbooks themselves, the interior artwork, the artwork on the back, the transfers, I mean, just an amazing collection. Very, very thankful to have it. And then just some books off to the side, some pop culture stuff. And, okay, I think that's it. So thank you so much, everyone. If you made it this far, remember, subscribe, like, comment. I wanted to just do this, fully unedited, just to kind of, give you a raw look of what my collection looks like. And the reason that I make the videos the way in which I do, or I'm kind of bringing you right up to my shelf, is because I want it to feel like, okay, if you were to walk, and come to my apartment and walk up to my shelf, this is really kind of what it would look like close up. And so I just kind of, I know some people like to hold every single movie up in front of the camera. I just don't like to do my videos like that. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. We are going to kind of stop right here where we started, but thank you all so much for watching. Once again, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment down below, and I will see all of y'all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year. Let's have a great 2025. And thank you so much. Take care.